Good morning, everybody. It's 6 o'clock in the morning in Kyiv, and we're about to now go on a little mini convoy into the east of Ukraine. We've got 4 trucks to take with us. We're going to end up in the Donbass delivering this to a very special guy and doing an interview. But we've also got a couple for the People's Republic Army of Kursk as they continue to deoccupy the land from the Russian occupiers. We have prepared them in advance, so they have the correct battle markings, the new flag of the region that you're probably seeing on videos across the internet being hoisted as Ukraine continues to advance as it enters into its second week. All the trucks are ram-jammed with supplies for the soldiers, drinks, food that they can eat in the battle. It's going to take us a while to get there. This truck has got a lot of kit in it. Power supplies, drones, mud tyres, and of course, more flags. So come with us and let's see how we get on. Okay everybody, so we've gone from the car park at 6 o'clock in the morning and we've made it to Sumy, and here are the trucks, and we're going to meet the units and hand over the vehicles, the drones, the power supplies and everything that you managed to fundraise in only 4 days to actually more than double our original target. So let's have a chat with the guys and see how they're getting on, because there's a little military operation going on nearby here and we've got to get it done quickly. Hello everyone, I'm here with Bravo 9. Hello mate, Alex.
Good to see you.
You can come anywhere in Ukraine, right, and still find people that support English football clubs. And he's a West Ham fan.
Yeah.
But tell me, like, whereabouts are we at the moment, roughly?
With the car or situation
Yeah,
overall in general?
in the country.
Ah, in the country. In Sumy.
We're in Sumy, and
There is very close proximity to another region, newly added.
yeah, it's like slowly becoming a part of Ukraine, right, and being deoccupied.
Integrated,
exactly. And things like this, super important, right?
Yeah, combined with this and this, we can be much more mobile. We can enter the areas that sometimes was not good enough for our previous cars.
Yeah.
Of course, we're trying to use more armor vehicles at this moment, but mobility and reliability of the car is always like paramount, because you don't want to stuck at some old car in the middle of the field and then just start, the whole evac process without any wheels.
And Hilux is one of the best.
We heard that.
Yeah. Have you not had one before?
We actually didn't. I remember the time when I was like during the training back in 2014, 15. It was like Baltic countries instructors like Estonian, Lithuanians, Latvians. They all arrived to Ukraine to train us, and they all only picked the Hilux. Yeah. And I watched the Top Gear about the Hiluxes as well.
Yeah, where they try and destroy it, right?
When they actually stuck it, it was covered by the sea. Yeah. Then it was pushed back, and they traveled all across the UK from south to north, I think.
Yeah, and blow it up off the building as well. Yeah, I think actually the charity now has bought the most amount of Hiluxes in Estonia. I think we pretty much buy them all. When was the last time we got to a West Ham game?
Well, it was actually in Europe, in Belgium. Oh, yeah. We played against Ghent. Ghent or Ghent. We already confused that, but it was, I think, one year before the invasion started or something like that. So,
well, I hope you can get back to it again soon, mate.
Yeah. I hope we'll go back to Europe, and I go back to West Ham as well.
Exactly, mate. Yeah, we can both return back to our normal lives again, right?
That's what we're fighting for, really.
These, like, how important are these at the moment?
Again, this is becoming one of the most crucial parts of any kind of equipment we carry. So it's been installed in all different vehicles.
Yeah.
We're trying to have some portable units as well for
Yeah.
ourselves, but it's always the race. It's always chasing the frequencies. You know, you
Yeah.
always need to analyze pretty accurately what frequencies they're using
Yeah.
in order to get the right equipment for the occasion. Because now in the area where we operate in at the moment, the intensity of FPV drones is immense. During the day, you cannot really do anything. Like, you move in 5 meters out of the tree line, and like in 5 minutes, some impact will be around you.
Really, because they're just watching constantly and looking for movement, basically.
It's
Yeah.
tactical drones, like
Yeah.
commercial drones.
Yeah.
They're already gathering more equipment here.
Yeah.
Now it's getting more and more difficult. So in the first days of the operation, it was like quite easy
Yeah.
ride. We could operate even during the day, but not now, of course. Now it's as closer we get to this kind of new created line,
Yeah.
as more intense and as more difficult it is.
But it's good to have an actual operation going on where there is some manoeuvring, right? And not just in a static position.
Oh yeah, that was a whole new story for us,
Yeah.
because we've been already so used to, you know, like Eastern Front,
Yeah.
South Front, where it's just trenches,
Yeah.
little tree lines, everything mined.
Yeah.
And here you can really kind of be creative a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not just like one directional move. You can think about maneuvers. You can think about like different cuts off, and basically do some stuff with your brain as well, not just like straightforward run or drone work or something like that.
Which is perfect. And I think, like, even though
Perfect, but not for your knees and back. You know, it's required a lot of walking now.
But like the OPSEC for the whole thing has been amazing. So most people are learning about this from Russian Telegram or things like
which
this.
is good, which is we like.
But which is perfect, right? And long may it continue that way. Like, but it does look like, from what we've seen, that manoeuvring has been working, and Ukraine is doing an amazing job so far.
I like the choreography so far as well.
Yeah, it's been a very nice dance.
And so far so good. So at the beginning it was funny because we arrived like slightly prior to the whole operation.
Yeah.
And nobody in the city administrations, in the police, nobody was aware of what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So even our units, like near the border, they were pretty sure that it's going to be other way around.
Yeah.
So they saw some increase in activity near their position, our activity, and they said like, they asked like every time are they going to attack us now? Like you kind like come to help us to defend or something like that.
Yeah.
And we've been like, we don't know really.
Yeah,
We're just here for a short like mission. We have our small priority targets and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nice when everything was moving according to the plan, which is very rarely happening in the military overall.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
So, and we're really glad that in the middle of this, we actually lost one car like 5 days ago.
Right.
It's in the repair shop now.
Yeah.
So this one timing is perfect.
Timing is perfect. And like we've brought the truck and the jammers. What other stuff is important to bring at the moment? Like just more of these, or?
Yeah, basically cars is always like important stuff. Then drones, of course. Drones is like the stuff that's constantly losing. You constantly need them more. You kind of, if you don't have enough drones, you kind of restricting yourself from doing some things that you might do if you had a little bit more of them.
Yeah.
So for example, if I stayed with the 2 commercial drones, for example, and I will be extra cautious, I will not fly, let's say, behind the line or somewhere circling them, because I'm too afraid to lose one of my last drones, for example.
Yeah.
So this is kind of things like drones and cars. I think this is the most kind of pipeline item that needed in terms of the active service.
So we did this campaign like only last week and raised like 100,000 euros in a couple of days from people online.
I mean, this is the first time we received something from NAFO, like my team. But I heard the stories about you guys. You're amazing. I mean, and the people who just they're on the list of your subscribers and stuff like that. They're just it's out of this world, you know. How grateful we are for these donations, monthly donations, and
And also null reports, right? That's
Yeah.
the other guy, right?
Like the guy who connected us.
He
basically.
connected us, and so thank you to him and everyone, like you're saying,
Yeah,
that has donated.
Always in your debt.
Yeah, we are. Well, look, mate, I won't keep you forever because you've got another job to do.
Yeah.
But
Probably
pleasure
today.
to meet you. Today.
Maybe.
Okay. But mate, good luck with the truck, and stay in touch, and good luck for the new season as well.
Yeah. It's like my takeaway from this world.
Yeah.
Like I just feeling somewhere else when I'm watching the games, and just kind of back to the normal life.
A release, right? Yeah. The chance to remember what life used to be like.
Yeah, and what we need to return to. Yeah, that's.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Thank
I
you so
have
much.
to get you a patch as well. This was all of the equipment he requested when we first kicked off this campaign, and we've managed to deliver it all inside of a week pretty much. And I wanted to just ask him, how important is all the different bits and pieces of equipment that we've bought here today for him?
You have provided both conventional drones for daytime reconnaissance and night drone. Thanks to this, we will be able to advance faster and the pace of the offensive will only increase. Right now we have a shortage of drones for the offensive and cannot quickly replace lost drones with new ones. If there were more volunteers like you, we would have already been in Kursk.
Don't forget the flags as well.
Now, we have not forgotten about the flag. I will personally find a place to hang it and take a photo and send it to you.
So the last time I saw him was in a blown up school in Konstantinivka last year.
Yes, we met in Konstantinivka. I served in 110th Brigade and was stationed near Avdiivka. We were there for a very long time. I can say we stayed there from the very beginning of the storming of the city to the end. A year ago you sent us a car, but unfortunately it is no longer there. And it was not the only car. Back then you sent us a Jeep Cherokee and Mitsubishi L200. These were very good cars. They served us very well.
Yeah, that's why we always need to keep raising money, everyone. But look, I think, if I remember, you've been fighting a long time. Like, how long? Is it?
I came from abroad, but I did not get home. My home in the Kherson region was occupied by the enemy, so I could only get to Zaporizhia. I have been fighting since March 8, 2022. I wanted to join the armed forces at the very beginning, but there were traffic jams at the border and I could not get home in time.
So, but how does it feel at last to be able to be deoccupying the Russian land for the people of Kursk?
I am overwhelmed by my emotions with these events. The enemy did not expect an attack in the Kursk region. They thought that Ukraine was a weak country that could only defend itself, but here we went on the offensive. They were confused, and we are advancing very seriously. It's not some 2-3 kilometers. During the 2 days of the offensive, we created a real hell for orcs. There are a lot of emotions. But if our Western partners gave us more weapons and ammunition, I think we could have an offensive not in one direction, but in several at once. I'm sure of it. We would have had enough forces to take back the Kherson region and other ones from the enemy. My comrades say that it is especially difficult now in the Pokrovsk direction. But if we had more weapons, we would have driven the enemy beyond Donetsk and further. During the offensive on the Kursk region, we advanced very dynamically. The guys were very motivated to fight not on the territory of Ukraine.